Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the horror miser Monty G. It's time to review the latest movie from Brandon Cronenberg. It is Infinity Pool. Yes! Ha ha ha!
Don't fuck with them hoes.
Now, Infinity Pool is a 2023 science fiction horror film. It was written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg. The movie stars Alexander Skarsgård, Mia Goth, Cleopatra Coleman, Jalil Respect, Amanda Burgle. Now, in this movie, James and M. Foster are enjoying an all exclusive beach vacation in the physical island of La Topok when a fatal accident exposes them to the resort's perverse subculture and hedonistic tourism and reckless violence. Oh boy, here we go. When it comes to body horror films, most people consider Canadian filmmaker David Cronenberg as the man who originated the subgenre. That's because most of his films, from 1975 Shivers, 1981 Scanners, 1983's Videodrome, and last year's Crimes of the Future, all deal with the visceral body transformation and intertwining the physiological and psychological effects that they cause. Yeah, those films are very weird, in your face, all types of emotional drama, conflicting moral ambiguities. That's what you see in mostly all these films that David Cronenberg has made, and all these films have that in them, especially the body horror. Now, while most horror fans have enjoyed seeing his films, it's no surprise that his son, Brandon Cronenberg, is following in his father's footsteps. Now, after some critical success with 2012's Antiviral and 2020's Possessor, Brandon brings us his latest project called Infinity Pool. Now, we're introduced to novelist James Foster and his wife M, who are enjoying a vacation in an all-exclusive beach resort in a fictional country called La Topok. They meet another couple, Gamby and her husband Alban, and Gabby, she is a fan of James because she's read his book, and they somehow convince him and M to drive around the country despite the strict instructions that guests are not allowed to leave the resort, mainly because this is sort of an oppressed country, and other than resorts, they don't think too kindly to Americans. Or, I would say, not even Americans, foreigners. Now, this results in James getting into a fatal car accident when he runs over and kills a local man. Oh, man. What did we tell you about driving when drunk, James? Now, he is arrested the following day, and the local law enforcement offers him an unusual deal. Now, he can either be killed by the local man's family, or he can choose something that is totally weird and out there. Now, I'm not going to reveal what that is, but if you've seen the trailer and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Now, this will lead him down a dark path where he discovers dark secrets about Gabby and Albie and his own dark desires. That's basically what the film does after that event happens. We get to see the choice James makes, what happens when that choice is made, and the dark path Gabby Alban and their friends lead him on. Now, while I haven't seen Antiviral or Possessor, I'm pretty sure a lot of people told me those films, especially Possessor, was very, very good. It looks like it's similar to what Brandon's father has given us. So what we see in those films, I'm pretty sure that's what we've seen in his father's films, and that's what we kind of see here. It's not the typical body horror film that we seen in David's film, but there are similarities in this particular film that we've seen in his father's films. However, I don't believe he does that with this one because this film goes around and around and it doesn't seem to know where to land. And I don't know, maybe it's because it's me, because I expected some films to be a bit grounded. I know other films are kind of out there. While I was watching the film, I did get some Alter States and Vandy vibes on it based because of some of the events that take place in the film. There's a lot of twist and turning in this particular film, but for me, it doesn't seem to land anywhere. I know some people probably enjoy it, but I didn't. Now, as I stated before, there are certain parts of this film where you get a lot of trippy psychedelic moments, which adds to the film weirdnesses, and I believe this is where Brownie was going for here. I believe he wanted to add that element to the film as opposed to what James and Abby and Gabby and their friends are experiencing here, and that's what I believe. That's what Brandon was going for. And like I said, it's due to the action that James and the rest of the people he meets during the second act of the film, who are friends, Gabby and Albin. Now, once we learn what connects them, take James on a wild and crazy ride, which reveals some secrets regarding his marriage with M and the reasons why they're on vacation. I won't reveal them here, but it's one of the reasons why they're on vacation, and that comes into play. And it could be the reason why James decides to go on this trippy ride with Gabby. No, unfortunately for me, Brandon's script doesn't do a good job as the reason why Gabby and her friends do what they do in the film, other than showing another example of rich people believing that they're above the law and shouldn't suffer any consequences to the actions of what they do. Now, we've seen this before in other films before, but I see those other films kind of do it in a much more grounded way. A much more better way, probably even acting wise, as opposed to this film here. No, I did enjoy Alexander Skarsgård's performance as James. He's a man who's way over his head in dealing with Gabby and her friends. You can see he has some moral ambiguity in his life. I was because of his marriage to M, and maybe he feels as though he doesn't live up to the type of a person that he believes M should have, and that's something to do with her background. And I think when he meets Gabby and her friends, I think this is him finally getting accepted into the upper elites. Now, for me, it's Mia Goth's performance that I have a problem with because as the movie progresses, the more annoying Gabby begins. I mean, it's just like she starts off pretty good, but then once we find out what's connecting them all, and then she seems to be the leader of the pack, but the more she does, she just becomes very annoying. And I don't know, it's because of the accent that she's saying in here that throws me off, but I really did not like her performance in the film. Not saying it's a bad performance, it's just that the character becomes annoying. Like I said, it's an interesting film, and I'm pretty sure some people will like it. And it's not a bad film. I know, and I give credit for Brandon and what he was trying to accomplish here, and what the message he's trying to relate here. And again, it's about the elites and their inability to believe that they can do anything they want and not suffer any consequences here. And that's what I believe what this film does, but it's just so disconjointed. It's disjointed and discombobulated because I believe that the so many twists and turns in the film that I just did not enjoy it. I'm pretty sure some people will enjoy it, but I just didn't enjoy it. So I'm going to give Infinity Pool only 2 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, like I said, it's not a bad film. It's just for me, I just did not like all this twisty, whiny, trippy, crazy stuff. It's a very, very weird, crazy film. I'm pretty sure some people will enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised that my good friend Emma from Spooky Astronauts, I'm pretty sure she'll probably like this film. But for me, it's just not for me. So there you have it. That's my video and review of Infinity Pool. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share because it does help out with that YouTube algorithm. If you have seen Infinity Pool, what do you thought about it? Leave your comments in the comment section and tell me your thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way we notify anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Zamani G. And always remember that horror rules. Ha ha. I'll see you in my next video. Y'all stay safe out there.